Hey friends, family supporters, Aspenites, it's been a minute. Our election defeat was a setback, but as I said then, it was a beginning, not an end. Together, we will move forward, and I ask for a few minutes of your time to consider supporting me in the next phase of my life and leadership, healing our politics. I have long known that the time to heal our democracy is now. If not now, when, right? If not us, who? I know firsthand how tough that work is, both here in Aspen and at the national level. Personally, I am sick and tired of the dysfunction of our politics, of the extremes shaping the conversation, of the hate, the name-calling, the vitriol. I know it makes it harder to do the important work of reform and does not move us forward. There are a lot of amazing humans who get into public service for the right reasons in communities all over this state and nation. I know because I've worked with them. And sadly, they, like I, are met with a toxic culture. 83% of local elected officials last year faced direct threat and persecution. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 2012, if you were an employee of the federal government and you passed away, the chance that death was by suicide was 560% higher than if you worked in the public sector. And 75% of our elected officials today are overwhelmed and overworked. And as a result, the dropout rate in public service is skyrocketing. We demand a lot of our public leaders, but we do not provide an environment for them to be successful. So it's time we start supporting and empowering the real public servants who just want to put their communities and their country first, who want to do the real work of problem solving to make change on our behalf. That's why during COVID, drawing on the intersection of my experiences as a worker at the federal, state, and local level in politics, as a staffer, campaign manager, advocate, organizer, and elected official, as well as my mental health and wellness journey, I launched the Elected Leaders Collective. Our mission is to heal our politics. We do mental health, holistic well-being, and self-care coaching for political and public sector leaders, mayors, council members, commissioners, city managers, transportation directors, as well as the policy advocates, organizers, NGO workers, first responders, etc., who are just trying to improve our communities, make our environment cleaner, make our schools safer, counter votes, and innumerable other acts of public service. We work to resource them internally, to meet their moment, to turn roadblocks to building blocks, trauma to triumph, and become their highest selves in life and leadership. We cultivate a safe space so peers can come together sharing an experience, but in an environment explicitly free of politics, party, and partisanship. So in our spaces, leaders are building trust and creating friendships across ideology, geography, and life experience. Basically, the theory of change is this, right? 1, we heal the individual, working one leader at a time. 2, we heal the collective. Healed leaders come together in bonds of trust. 3, we heal the system. In those bonds of trust, leaders can pass meaningful systemic reform that begins to reform our democracy and our communities. And then 4, we heal our nation, right? In a reformed democracy, we have the opportunity to do better. So we rarely have a session without a mayor, a city manager, or a county commissioner in tears. This work is changing lives, and the testimonials show it. A 20-year city administrator described our retreat with his team as, quote, the most impactful thing I have ever experienced in my career, end quote. A nonprofit policy director who struggles with bipolar said, quote, I have tried everything, and this is by far the most impactful thing I've done yet, end quote. A councilwoman from a major city following a multi-day retreat to other leaders said, quote, whether you are going through something major or just feeling like you want to connect with people on a deeper level, this can be really impactful. I can't tell you how important that is in this space. So how can you help? Help us by funding the expansion of our work to more leaders. I began this project with 2 additional full-time jobs, And I am leaning into our loss as an opportunity to reappropriate my council time towards this project. And yet, I still work a full-time job to make rent and put food on the table. But I am ready to put 100% of myself into this project. Time, intellect, body, and spirit. And with your help, I can play full out. And you guys know how productive, focused, and determined I am. So I've set in motion a plan to scale the awareness of our offerings across the political world so we can support more leaders in our state and country. We're launching a podcast and building a social presence. I've been speaking at and running workshops at conferences and building a national network of leaders to share our work with. Our all-in budget is $75K a year, and I'm raising $150K for 2 years of development. I am 100% confident that with this investment of intention and attention, that after 2 years we will never need to raise another dollar again, and we'll have nationwide impact. I know this because I'm building ELC on a sustainable, conscious, impact-focused business model strategically positioned to deliver equitable services. And all of our programming is revenue positive today. Cities and organizations are already paying for their electeds and their employees to train with us. We have revenue in workshops, in cohorts, in one-to-one coaching, and immersive retreats. And so your dollars will help us launch, bridging the sales cycle and allowing me to commit 2x more of my current time investment. But after getting off the runway, we are set up to refuel midair and do not need to come back down to the ground for additional dollars to achieve additional impact. I just launched our fundraising portal through our fiscal sponsor, Legacy Global Programs, which is a 501c3 public charity, and we can now accept gifts through the Elected Leaders Collective Foundation in large or small donations. To support our mission, I ask you to give and support our mission. Big or small, everything helps, and it would mean the world to me to see your name on our donor list. And there is some additional fun for you. For those of you who give over $500, you will receive a live public thank you on an ELC podcast episode and credit in the show notes, which would be a fun thing to share with friends. For those of you who give $1,000, you will receive a free lifetime subscription membership to our subscription service, where you get a private newsletter, exclusive expert speaker series, firsthand tools of transformation, and other first release products for your own health and well-being that you can apply in your own life. And for those of you who give $5,000, you will receive a free 90-minute one-to-one coaching session with one of our licensed professional coaches, which might even be me, because I've been back at school doing a coaching master's program of my own, and I can tell you these sessions, even one, change lives. So to demonstrate and participate in this confidence, my agreement to you is this. When I hit 75K in the range, enough for 1 year's development, I will train and replace myself and resign from my full-time job, committing to work salary-free for a full year, going 100% in, no excuses, no bullshit. None of your dollars will go to my salary or overhead. I have already told my boss so we can begin succession planning. I have to make this clear. This is not easy for Jamie and I. We have missed 50 plus housing opportunities in the past few years, and many because we simply lacked the down payment required, and things are not getting cheaper. This will eat into savings. But this choice may set our future family back, and we both support this decision because we know it is our opportunity and our responsibility to bring children into a world in which we have done everything in our power to better it. I make this choice because I have full confidence that by the end of this year, I will be able to earn back 70% plus of my current salary in earned revenue after net expenses. So the setback won't be forever, but the impact will. You guys know how productive I am. You know my engine. Imagine what I will accomplish focused on one singular mission. Help me do what I was put on this earth to do. And of course, all your donations are 501c3 tax deductible. You will be helping support healing our politics at a time when we are so close to losing everything. And you can support Jamie and me in fulfilling our mission, and you get some pretty awesome one-time only gifts in the process. So really, the time is now. Any amount counts, even small ones. Just 75 folks at $1,000 means I am all in, and over 126 of you gave to my council race alone. Even $20 means the world. Scan the QR code below, somewhere here, to give the gift that keeps on giving, and learn more by visiting www.electedleaderscollective.com. Help me change the lives of those changing lives. The time is now. Thank you for your consideration. Zero pressure. As always, be love, be peace. Thank you.